Once again, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. Today I have an exciting discussion, and will go like directly to a person, because I would like to give, even though this is unsolicited advice, but I would like to talk to Kenyans, and at the same time I know these are words that are going directly to the person of the Deputy President, Gachagua. Because the way Kenyans politics are being played, I don't think that this is healthy, and therefore we need, as a people, whenever we see a wrong, we are able to tackle it, we are able to discuss it, we are able to point it, so that if there is an improvement to do, they can do, and if not, then people will just know. Fellow Kenyans, the way the Kenya Kwanza government came into power, number one, it is in question because we tend to believe that Raila Odinga victory was stolen from him. I know so many people, they have been repeating this. Oh, Raila Odinga has been singing, oh, he was rigged out all these years. 2007, 2013, 2017, and 2022. Yes, it is true, he has been rigged out. But Raila being a statesman, he has always gone back to the drawing board and come back again and win again. But the people and the powers that be have never wanted him to lead Kenya. Why? Because they understand and realize the only time Raila got an opportunity of leadership, when he was in the coalition government, right? That is the only time that we can say that we saw progress in Kenya. We saw leadership that was that was inclusive. We saw leadership that was directing Kenyans into the right direction of growth and prosperity. But after that, he was betrayed, and the Kibaki government betrayed Kenyans, because if they continued with the aspirations that they had when they got in 2002, I promise Kenya will be a different state right now. But because we have people and we have the powers that don't allow Kenya and Africa at large to be, and Africa to develop, therefore there must be interferences here and there, which I can say that is what is happening and has been happening in Kenyan politics. When Raila wins, the powers that be don't want Raila to be there. Therefore, what they do, they take the leadership away from him, or give it to somebody else who is going to stagnate the country, and we remain timing in one position. Now, let's discuss the Kenya Kwanza regime. Fellow Kenyans, the truth be said, when I was following the last general election, and this one would be my humble submission, how did it be that Raila Odinga won the diaspora vote, but it did not win the Kenyan vote or the inland vote? Raila won in the diaspora in all stations, or in all polling stations, but he did not win the popular vote in Kenya. How can that be? Because the people who are outside there, people who are in countries, people who are in the diaspora, these are the same people. Just a representation. The number is just smaller, but it's just a representation of what was happening in Kenya, because these are brothers and sisters, fathers and daughters who are outside there. So whatever that is happening in Kenya, if somebody is going to win, he will win abroad. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, therefore, after that, the government has been given to William Samoei Ruto, and this has been happening not only in Kenya, in many countries of Africa. They have been giving us leaders who are going to stagnate us, who are going to stagnate the continent, who are going to, represent the Western interest in our motherland. Therefore, it is hard for us to break the ceiling. It is hard for Africa to break the ceiling because the leadership we have been having in most countries is very wrong. Number two, we have Africa as a continent, and before the white men landed into Africa, we used to be one country. We used to be one big country continent. But they knew when they divide, they will conquer, because they were setting people into smaller segments that they would be able to control. And they have really managed to do that. That's why right now the boundaries and the countries that we have, they are not viable. But in reality, if Africa can be allowed to be, Africa will be the superpower. Let's go back to Kenyan politics. William Samoei Ruto appointed Rigathi Gachagua, who is now the deputy president. I tend to believe the criteria William Ruto is trying to use. William Ruto is very cunning. He appointed a person from Central who he understands that, and according to his imagination, and I think it is playing very well, he appointed somebody who will go there and be hated by people, who will be hated by masses. He appointed somebody that will not come and inherit him. He appointed a candidate that will not be viable to inherit his leadership after leaving office. And that is Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Deputy President, that is a setup. Your position is a setup. The way you go to speak to Kenyans, sometimes rudely, sometimes in the manner that you know you do, you have been set to be hated. You have been set there to show your weakness. You have been set to show your arrogance. And so many people will hate you. So when it comes to the negotiation of who is going to succeed William Ruto, you will not be among the people who are going to be there, on that table. Point number two. If William Ruto will succeed these 5 years, and then we go to the next general election, the year 2027, it is not a guarantee that you will be his appointee for the position of deputy president. He might drop you. When you are dropped, then you go to another 5 years of oblivion, whereby you will go struggle outside there. So when he is retiring, which I don't see that Ruto is planning to retire, and that one is a discussion for another day, then you will be nowhere close to the power. I can see that you are not trending carefully. You are carefree. You talk to Kenyans like you own them. You talk to us like we are your property. You talk to us like you went there as a right. You abuse other leaders. You disregard other leaders. You disrespect elders. As I told you even in my other videos, that you owe even to respect your elders. Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka. According to a hierarchy, right now you are the deputy president. Me, I respect you, but I will tell you the truth. That one doesn't change. I will tell you the truth. I will speak to you with respect and decorum, but the truth is, you are not careful on how you are treading your ground. You disrespect the former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who was the president. What do you think it will happen to you even if you became the president of Kenya? What you sow, you will reap of the same. Otherwise, thank you very much, Kenyans. May God bless you all. Till next time.